everybody, it's Aline and welcome back to a brand new video. This is just a couple days in my work week as a barista living in New York City. I'm back from holiday now and I am back in the swing of things, and I just wanted to show you guys what my day-to-day kind of looks like. Yeah, I've just been hanging out, loving life, and I wanted to share a little bit of that with you guys. This video is in collaboration with Vivaya, and they were kind enough to send us some sneaky shoes that we're gonna be trying on for you guys later, so stick around for that. I also do a little reading update with you guys about what has been keeping me out of my reading slump, which has been a big obstacle in my 2022. But yeah, that is me. If you're new here, I am a barista, a writer, a creative living in New York City with my sister. At this channel, we're really known for just having like a cozy, wholesome, slow living time. So without further ado, you guys, let's get into it. Hey everybody, I'm back at the house now. I finished up work about 2 hours ago, and then I stopped at the grocery store on the way home at Trader Joe's. I'm trying a TikTok recipe. TikTok recipes, fun fact, make me a little nervous because sometimes they are not specific. I always get a little bit freaked out from not having numbers, but I don't use numbers to cook. I purely go off of instinct for the most part, so I don't know why it freaks me out where I'm just like, these aren't real recipes. There are no measurements prescribed to these ingredients. So, I don't know. I wanted to share an anecdote from work because I've been kind of holding this more close to my chest. Claire Saffitz of Gourmet Makes, of Dessert Person, of Bon Appetit initial fame, but just basically recipe developer, chef, huge food personality. She comes into my coffee shop quite a bit. The first time was in the winter, and when I recognized her, it like literally stopped me in my tracks. I was taking her order and I was asking her name for the drink, and she told me Claire, and that's when it all kind of clicked. I was like, this woman's eyebrows look very familiar. And the moment she said Claire, my heart like dropped to my feet. I remember distinctly saying, are you Claire? Claire? Are you Dessert Person Claire? And since then we've become kind of friendly, which is kind of an insane sentence to say. And if I take anything away from my coffee shop job, it's gonna be the fact that at one point me and Claire Saffitz were somewhat friendly. She doesn't know my name or anything, but we usually catch up for a good couple minutes, even though I know I'm just like the little goblin that makes her beverage. It is just really cool to be living a life where, like, I met her. I think it's just because I admire her for such a long time, but it's so gratifying to not only just like know that she is really nice, but also to remember that she is just a person like me. All I'm saying is, I really like this lady, and I promise I'm never weird to her in person. But anyway, right now I'm home and I am a little bit tired, so I don't know how much longer I'll be like vlogging and chit-chatting to you guys. That'll be more, I think, tomorrow's thing. But I'm making like an orzo bake in the oven. It's like a one pan kind of orzo bake thing, which I'm excited for because I don't want to do any dishes, and I want to add more one pan things to my cooking repertoire because sometimes girl can get intricate. I'm going to definitely try to do that. And then I'm listening to a podcast that I love. This is the little cover art for anybody who's curious. If anybody listens to You're Wrong About with Sarah Marshall, I love that podcast. I have eaten up every single episode for breakfast, literally for breakfast, because I listen to it at 5 in the morning. I listened to almost every single episode and I was devastated. But then I found out that she's a different podcast with a different co-host in which they discuss the cultural significance of different movies, and they're not like douchey conversations about movies either. I'm not a film bro by any stretch of the imagination. I don't think I've ever seen a Quentin Tarantino film. I don't want to talk about it either. I don't think they're for me. From where I'm sitting, I really want to hear insightful conversations about movies like First Wives Club, Julie and Julia. I'm listening right now to 1994's Little Women, and it's like murdering me. It's so validating to hear people have serious conversations about the media that like formed you. So if you have any more podcast recommendations, please leave them down below. That would be great. I'm gonna make my orzo now. I did not mean for this clip to be so long and so rambly. I'm now gonna continue cooking. It's been real. Hey guys, we are interrupting the video to talk about Vivaya. Woo! Our partner this video, they actually sent us some shoes to share with you guys, which is exciting because, you know, you can't keep wearing a sneaker to the ballet. The great thing about Vivaya is that, one, it's designed with your comfort in mind, and secondly, it's also sustainably minded, which is kind of a refreshing combo, I'll say it. You can still look nice and look put together without having to have your feet suffer, which from living in New York and being on our feet all the time, we know that feeling all too well. The second I heard the term beauty is pain as a child, I had simply no interest. Each pair of their stunning shoes are made with 6 water bottles that come from city waste or the ocean, which is astounding. I don't understand how this chic little kitten heel was previously waste. So we absolutely love that about this brand. And trash, making it into treasure. When they're not using water bottles, they're using 3D technology as a part of their zero waste process in creating these fabulous designs. You look like Metamorphosis' mom. She's your father's mother. You can definitely follow them on Instagram for more information, but we love to see some kind of moral compass. We each got 2 pairs of shoes, which we're so excited to both wear and share with you guys.
Wear and share.
So cute. We're just like beyond impressed. My first pair have to be my absolute favorite. We'll show some little B-roll clips of us wearing these shoes, but they're just this precious kitten heel. I think that they're like both so modern but also very classic looking, very timeless, chic. Yeah. This knitted fabric is just so lovely, just a lovely added texture, and they're so comfy as well, which is amazing. You want to share your first pair?
Yeah, my first pair are these stunning pointed green flat baby mamas. I was just telling Michelle it's pretty exciting that we got this brand partnership just in time because ballet flats are about to have like a huge renaissance. That's kind of been the prediction on TikTok for quite some time, and we all know.
Oh, they're fully back. Fully back.
Well, I wasn't aware that they were fully back. I thought we were still on the cusp.
No, fully back.
Well, it's pretty exciting to see. So it's good to be coming home to this particular style. They're so comfy. I personally, je deteste heels, and I love this color. My next pair, a little bit of a square pointed toe action on this guy with almost this little wood detail in the heel. Very cute. Again, so comfy. I know. This is giving Elizabeth James.
Yeah, right, that's basically the inspiration behind both of my choices. I was like, okay, how can I find the most Elizabeth James, timeless, chic pair of shoes that I can possibly have? And I absolutely love these. I think they look so cute. And the last pair of shoes we shall be showcasing, and also just my second pair of shoes, my last pair of shoes, are these square rounded, right? Yeah. Are these square fit, what? Yes, like square toed. Yeah, square toed. They are these square toed black slip-on flats that look kind of like a slipper, would you say? I was gonna say they're a loafer. That sounds better. Let's go with loafer. Don't take offense, Vivaya. I'm bad at describing style and clothes. This is a part of my reputation. Adds to my charm. These are gonna sell like hotcakes. These are gonna sell like hotcakes now. Everybody's gonna want a slipper of their own. I think they're gonna be my go-to dress-up shoe, because they're so versatile. They'll go with anything. They do make me feel like I'm about to handle a decanter of brandy, which feels big. I love that for you. So that brings us to the end of our little partnership segment. Thank you so much to Vivaya for sponsoring this video, and y'all can check them out with the link in our description box. Let's get back into the video. Thanks, sissy. Good morning, everybody. It's a brand new day. It's actually fully the afternoon. I think it's like 3 o'clock. Me and Michelle both had a slower morning today. I woke up, I made breakfast, I talked to Elise on the phone, who gets home on Sunday, which I cannot believe it. For those of you who don't know, maybe this is the first video you're watching, Elise is my girlfriend and has been working in Vermont for the last 70 days, something like that. So we're really excited to not have to do long distance anymore. Like, we all know it's a very like queer sapphic stereotype, but I'm ready to be done with it. So we had a big catch up this morning though, which felt amazing, like an hour and a half conversation. And then I made breakfast. I made some like veggie breakfast burrito kind of thing. And then I worked on a TikTok. For those of you who don't know, I sometimes write poetry and I set video to the poems that I write, video of my life, and I do a little like mini production about them, and you should go check them out. I think that they're good, and I also think that there's some of the better stuff that I make, and I really like them. So if that sounds like something that you're into, please follow me there. It was kind of about our trip to Mexico, but mostly about my relationship with my grandparents and the way that they kind of have approached life as I've known them, and how it affects like my worldview and the things that I want for myself. So that's that. Now me and Michelle are gonna run out and drop off our laundry, go on a little jaunt, and then we're picking up some little gifty things for our other friend who's also named Michelle, but lives on the east side and was Birdie's babysitter for the last 6 days when we were abroad. So she's one of our faves. Today her birthday celebration is tonight. We're gonna go see a movie and I'm really excited. So come along with us today. Hi guys!
Hello.
It's an update now. We went on a cheeky little walk. How was it, Michelle?
It's very short,
But it was good.
still so nice. Always boost your spirits, even if it's just like a walk around the block.
Truly, if you've spent like all day inside, sometimes it's like
Does
nice
wonders.
to take a breather. Where are we going now?
We're going to the AMC at Lincoln Square to meet our friend Michelle to celebrate her birthday. We're going to see Vengeance. And before that, we're stopping by Sephora to get a little gift card as a little gift. Who doesn't want to receive Sephora?
I wish people would give me more Sephora gift cards personally. So yeah, we haven't seen a movie at a movie theater in a long time. I think the last time we went was House of Gucci in December. So literally a lifetime. Yeah, I'm really excited. I have no idea what this movie is about. But Michelle said that the trailer looked funny. And
I watched like the first quarter of the trailer and I was like, yeah, this could be a vibe.
Okay. Well, most importantly, what are we most excited for? Movie theater snacks.
Popcorn, snacks.
So,
DC.
DC stands for Diet Coke. Birdie is being a predator at the window. Is there a bird on the fire escape?
Yeah, there is. There's a pigeon.
She's vicious.
Let's go.
Yeah, so let's go. Say hi to Nora. Hi, Nora. Hi, everybody. We're currently walking down Broadway because we figured we'll just take a little jaunt since it's not too far away from our house, Lincoln Center. So we're walking.
And also the Sephora is on Broadway.
Yes, so it was a strategy as well as a practicality. The thing is, which we were talking about like all day today, and I think probably for a while, but when we first moved here, we moved in 2021, so
January of 2020.
yeah, so what we saw when we first moved here was really like the after effects of the pandemic, like a lot of businesses just closing all along this street for the most part. Obviously a lot of different retail spaces all over the city. But anyway, it made us super sad, as it does when you see like small businesses closing their doors. But I feel like the air is so much more hopeful now, and me and Michelle, while we've been walking along, have been like pointing out like new businesses that are popping up, upcoming little shops and things, and that's really cute. What you got there? Gift card. That's the good stuff.
Gift card acquired.
Birthday girl! Birthday girl!
The drama.
I'm trying to get a shot of my puppy. Is it working? I don't know. Content, baby, content. Hey everybody, movie just got out and we have some thoughts, as the group felt very passionate about it. So how did we all enjoy BJ Novak's vengeance.
Between the comedy and suspense and mystery, all wrapped into one, is what you need. Like a good movie. And in an hour and 20 minutes, too.
I can't believe they packed that much story into that time.
I've never sat next to Aline in a movie, but there's so much emotion happening. I was very here for it.
Because it was very tense.
At one point, she grabbed me and Michelle's and I was like, you know what? It's the only
It was the big
reaction.
mystery moment. It was when he unlocks the phone.
I enjoyed that everybody clapped for Nicole Kidman. The entire theater.
Everyone was so appreciative of her work. Yeah.
Single-handedly keeping AMC's open. So, good birthday pick.
This was, thank you. I thank you all for coming and enjoying my day with me.
That's the right amount.
We do have to watch the Princess Diaries. We mentioned it every time.
Yeah.
All right. Hey everybody, there's been a bit of a time jump and now it's several days, maybe a week, you'll never know, movie magic. I did want to maybe add a little bonus content to the vlog because I didn't want it to just be like me talking about Claire Savitt's going to the movies and then being like, see ya, that was worth the wait of 2.5 weeks. So I wanted to chat a little bit with you guys about what I'm reading, which I thought would be kind of fun and kind of a throwback to when I was vaguely booktube adjacent for like 3 months. For those of you who have been watching for a while, you would know that I was very into reading during the pandemic because who wasn't? The world was ending and we had a lot of free time, and also there wasn't the pressure of going into an office. Okay, I've never had that pressure in my life. There certainly wasn't the pressure of like seeing friends, and I just had a lot of time on my hands, which for me really benefited my mental health. Like, I don't think I've ever been that mindful since or ever. I was really thinking about the way I spent my time. I was spending so little time on my phone, which was incredible because it was also like the peak of TikTok. Well, I feel like now it's still the peak of TikTok. It had the most users at the time of its, you know, current state of existence. But I feel like I was still really good at staying off, you know, social media and having a well-balanced life. My cat is howling even though I just fed her lunch. I swear, she's so loved and taken care of. Yes, I know. So I think I read something like crazy. In like 3 months, I read like 18 books or something. I was really on it and having a great time, and it was really easy to just like click into my reading routine, which I read like 2 hours every morning and 2 hours every night. But I've kind of lost that. I feel like my life is like very go. I don't have time to do anything in the mornings because I wake up at like 5:15 for most of my days, which I'm currently trying to change, but it's all a process. I do think I spend more time on my phone now than I used to, my iPhone tells me, but I still am prioritizing reading. I'm still trying to make sure that I'm in tune with how much I'm reading, that I don't just endlessly scroll. Sometimes I'm really bad at it, and I wanted to talk about this because my reading material has definitely changed since I've been able to disconnect with less ease, if that makes sense. I, during 2020 and 2021, was reading a lot of fiction, a lot of memoir stuff. I even read like a whole book on socialist theory. I don't know what she was on, but she was ready to be focused, and I since have not been able to find that same ability to just like tune into words on a page, which makes me sad, but also I'm not gonna spend time like beating myself up about it anymore. It's just like the name of the game. This is where I'm at. This is what I feel drawn to read, and this is what like actually gets me reading. Reading's reading, girl. So let's talk about it. If a bookstore availability was any indicator, the Bridgerton books really had folks and me by the throat this year. I read the first 4. I also got COVID when I was reading An Offer from a Gentleman and Romancing Mr. Bridgerton, and so that's what really got me to finish those 2 books. I don't know if I've exactly finished Romancing Mr. Bridgerton. I think I have like 20 pages left. I just can't get myself to finish it because I think after a certain point they get really formulaic. But I am really interested in adaptation as a concept. I think that it's super cool to
read something like The Viscount Who Loved Me and then watch season 2 and be like, okay, what they've chosen to keep, what they've chosen to change, especially since the first Bridgerton book was written in like 1999 and this one came out in the year 2000. I think it's really, really cool to watch the source material not be something that's like big and trendy. I think it was like the showrunner had a friend who couldn't stop reading them on set, and he was like, what are those books that you're reading? Then decided to like look into them as a concept. It wasn't because they were like big in the zeitgeist. Julia Quinn talks about it where they're like, no one was gonna buy the rights. That wasn't a thought in her mind. She wasn't like, ooh, I'm gonna get a phone call any day now about people wanting to adapt these books that I wrote 20 years ago. Especially in the romance genre, they're not really seen as books that get adapted much. Like, I think 50 Shades of Grey was definitely the first time that any kind of romance, smutty piece that was taking the genre and putting it on screen. Just because romance novels have always been deemed as kind of like lower brow, not as sophisticated material to be adapted. Maybe it's misogyny. For those of you who might be curious which one I thought was the best, I'm gonna put her name literally on the screen and the video that she did on these books because I completely recommend that you watch them. This video is copy-paste my opinions on the books. Whichever one you gravitate to more, I think, indicates the kind of red flag male behavior that you consider the least problematic. For me, it was the Viscount Who Loved Me. He is kind of possessive and also more bland than I think he is in the show. I really like how they gave Anthony this kind of boy boss persona for season 2.
What I need is what I have, and that is a list.
The character of Kate is hands down the best heroine slash love interest through all the books. She feels the most fresh, she feels the most modern, and she's aged the best, and as a result, it's the most interesting read. I do think it's really funny that sucking bee venom out of somebody's décolleté was ever considered a good idea for anybody. I was really, really excited to get to this one. I, of course, like many folks, am really like chomping at the bit, ready to see Penelope in kind of the heroine role of her season, because we've been getting a lot of Walter White characterization of Penelope thus far and not enough humanization of Penelope, and I'm really excited to see what they do. I'm also so excited to see her makeover. My god, not to sound like a she's all that pusher, but I'm really, really excited to see her get out of that crusty dusty hair. You guys seen like the promo that they put, I think, on TikTok and Instagram? Foaming at the mouth. I'm so excited. I don't know if I'm going to read the rest of the books, maybe as we get closer to actually like those seasons in the series. So I mean, it is what it is, but it's not everybody's favorite flavor. I don't think it's even my favorite flavor, but it was a curious case study. I've read other books this year, but I'm mostly talking about like the last couple months. I would say 2-3 months. I'm currently only on chapter 5 of my current read, but it was the book that I was desperately trying to take with me to vacation in Mexico, and I could not track it down in the airport. Everybody in the JetBlue gate said, I'm taking it back to 2012 and I'm doing that right now. So I'm very happy for them, but I'm very sad for me that I wasn't able to take this book abroad. I got my hands on it eventually. It wasn't even at the little Strand that's the closest to moi. It was at the Barnes & Noble though on the Upper Side. I got the last copy, which is, you got it, The Hunger Games. All I wanted to read. I think it's because some people online have been really revisiting the books of their youth, and I was jealous. For me, I was completely and utterly a Hunger Games girly. I couldn't believe that they were real because it was before the big dystopia boom. I had never read anything like it before. I thought it was revolutionary. I'm also super interested in like pieces of media that cross over through all age groups, and The Hunger Games was definitely like one of them. My mom read it after me and loved it, and I think that those are the kinds of stories that are definitely worth like looking under the hood about what makes them tick. We're gonna read them all. Me and Elise are currently both reading The Hunger Games, and we're also gonna do a marathon of the movies. So I'm really excited to be like back feeding my inner teen, inner child. I was so authentically myself at 13, and even though I looked like this, I was having a good time for the most part when I wasn't being bullied in school. I really feel, oh, a little cattail. I was reading it last night and I felt so soothed flipping through these pages. The last thing, I'm not reading, I'm listening to currently, which is the Twilight audiobook. You might be sensing a theme. I was I'm not like other girls that I did not really engage with the Twilight books. I tried reading the first one because I wanted to like give it a chance. I read the first half like it was nobody's business, and then I got super bored at the baseball game with the baseball lore and everything, which, to be fair, even listening to it back, I think that I was right. I think that Stephenie Meyer is so much better at writing like the high school stuff with the vampire element. It just feels so much more like in her sweet spot. I think the other stuff she's less good at, and that's just one man's opinion. I actually follow a Twilight analysis account on TikTok, and I haven't read them, but I just love her take so much. I'll put her handle up and one of the videos on screen now. I was honestly so fascinated that I was like, I gotta read them for myself so I can be a part of this action. I also love adults who defend their current past like obsessions and hyperfixations and the cultural moment that was Twilight, because it was primarily held in the world of teen girls who were really like unfairly like bullied online and in the media by grown adults who were just like, this is such a joke that all these girls like this thing. I was talking about this at work the other day where I'm just like, listen, I don't know why things that teen girls like are constantly made fun of, and things that are traditionally seen as like masculine have innately more integrity. Like, we're really gonna be out here saying Twilight a joke, Ant-Man sophisticated. I do like Ant-Man. I did see it in the theater as a child, but at the end of the day it's still called Ant-Man. Whoa, hey. Do you see something? Alright, good talk. Anyways, that just seems like a very weird double standard. I would much rather have people talk about how weird it is that like Bella has no goals other than being with Edward. I think that's such a better point than making fun of somebody for being like, and he's a vampire? LOL. Not to wipe Stephanie's hands of any of the stuff that she put pen to paper, but I could get into the indigenous stuff. I think that's really weird that you took their like, what's it called, like name and likeness, and didn't feel like it was fit to maybe compensate them financially, especially given the fact that reservations are like underfunded by the government. Whatever, Stephanie. You do you, girl. I am listening to the audiobook, and I did check it out from the library using my Libby app. Sponsor me, Libby. But I will say it does make openings at my coffee shop a little bit more bearable because it's just an intriguing piece. It does sound like she uses the thesaurus tool a lot, but I'm having a good time. So that's currently what I'm reading. I hope that you liked this little segment. Yeah, that's all I gotta say. And that's the end of the video, you guys. I hope you liked it. I hope you got something out of it. I hope you found it entertaining. You can follow me and keep up with me on Instagram and TikTok, where I regularly post what I'm getting up to. Instagram, I'm really active on stories. TikTok, I post anything from poems to little montages to funny little talky videos, so if you're interested in any of that, you can follow me there. Big thanks to Vivaya for working with us this video. I will see you guys really shortly in the next one. Alright,